Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I figured to do a quick little live video here, and the title is "Don't Block with Your Face." Just gonna go over a little bit of some defense with you, because when you're boxing, the idea is to try to hit the other person more than you get hit, right? So just gonna give it a second here, see if anybody joins in. If not, we'll try to do a recording maybe of it. But everybody's been looking really good. Everybody's been, I'm reading the things here as it's saying that we're telling friends to join your video. So hopefully I have some friends out there that'll want to join my video. So yeah, you know, not blocking with your face is the title of today's video. So I'm here at Rob's Fight Club. So if you can see here, this is I have about 6,000 square foot facility where we train boxing, karate, kickboxing, fitness. We do strength and conditioning with our personal trainers. We have a 16-foot boxing ring that we do for our advanced classes where we work ring work skills. And you can always come in here, try out a free class, see how you like it, and then take it from there. I only have a few minutes today because I do have some private sessions that I have to teach, but I wanted to do just a quick little thing. Skills, how not to block with your face. So I'm going to put this down for a second. Hopefully you guys can see me. All right, so when you're first learning how to box or how to kickbox, and there is a lot of kickboxing out there, and kickboxing is a term that's used loosely these days. We end up having a lot of cardio kickboxing classes, things like that, a lot of aerobics instructors teaching kickboxing. There's really nothing wrong with that. The only problem is a lot of times they don't really know how to kickbox. It's more based on the aerobic side of things, and they've kind of learned what they think is boxing or what they think is kickboxing. So they try to do some of those movements within those aerobic type patterns. A lot of times doing it to the 8 counts or whatever, the beats of the music. What we do in here is we work a little bit more realistically with our movements, actually learning how to throw jabs the proper way, how to throw crosses, how to throw hooks. If you needed to use this stuff in a real life situation, you could do that. Hopefully, there's a little bit to a realistic situation, even above and beyond boxing and kickboxing. But it definitely helps to prepare you a little more for a realistic situation. A lot of our people that come in, they're new. They've never done this before. They've done some cardio type kickboxing before, and what we try to do is just take them and teach them the basics. A lot of what we do is basics. We keep building on those basics, and then eventually when you take all those basics and you put them together, you have kind of a really great kind of art form with your skills. Being able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together is really something cool. When you watch students kind of start really not knowing how to do anything, and then being able to put all those pieces of the puzzle together, it's pretty cool. And a lot of people start out, they don't even think they're going to do ring work. They just really want to do it to get in shape, because it really gets you in awesome shape. And then before you know it, they know how to block, they know how to duck, they know how to slip. And then they're like, hey, let's go ahead and try it out in the ring too. Our coaches, myself and our other coaches, what we do is we take you into the ring, we start you out slow, we work with you on your skills, and it's all about having fun and continuing to build the skills that you learn on the floor, and just kind of take it into the ring, which pushes you to a different level, makes it a little more realistic. But nobody has to go in the ring, and most of our classes are set up so that there's no contact or semi-contact. But anyway, so let me show you a few skills here. So first thing you got to know is your boxing stance. Your feet should be under your shoulders, your knees should be a little bit bent, your elbows are up and together, and they kind of sit on your ribs. To not block with your face, you have to make sure your hands are up. So number one thing is make sure you keep your hands up all the time. Even in a street situation, your hands have to be here, right? This represents like a non-aggressive stance, so you're not triggering any kind of a fight. And then if you have to go to a fighting stance, you'll be able to do that. But you have your hands up to protect yourself. When you're in a boxing stance, your hands should be kind of loose, your shoulders should be loose, and your elbows should be kind of pushed together so that your arms can protect your body. And in order to protect our face, we should be looking over top of that front hand. If we have a little bit of a distance between ourselves and our opponent. Okay, so if I'm this way, I can kind of keep my hand up like this. It doesn't have to be right in here, although it could be. But by having it out a little further, it allows me to hit my jab a little quicker. I don't have to reach quite as far. The difference is once we get closer to our opponent, when this hand, when I'm in a closer distance, this hand has to be in here so that there's not this space for my opponent to get around and maybe hit me with a hook. Okay, so the hands are up. The backhand especially stays locked in at your cheek. The elbow stays in nice and tight. The other hand is up. This elbow is here to block any body shots, and the same thing with the back elbow. I can block my body. We use a lot of tilting, moving myself away from the power, so that even when I get hit with a hard body shot, I absorb some of that shot so it's not quite as powerful when it hits me. But for blocking my face, when I get inside and I get in closer, I like to just kind of use a peekaboo style where I have my hands at my eyes or just underneath my eyes, and I'm watching everything that comes at me. In order not to get hit, I have to keep my head moving. So I can move my head side to side, I can drop at my legs, I can bob and I can weave, I can pull away, and I can come back. When I pull away, I make sure I don't bring my chin up. A lot of the taller fighters tend to go back and bring their chins up, and that's where the shorter fighters have an advantage when they can come straight in and attack up at the chin. You're always safer when you have your chin down towards your chest, and you can take a lot of that shot. Now, not blocking with your face also means using your shoulders. So when I get in closer, so right here I should have relaxed shoulders, they should sit down. Okay, sit down nice and low, so when I fire those punches, I'm nice and quick. Right? Now when I get in closer, I kind of bring my shoulders up a little bit, I bring my chin down, and I'm going to protect behind my shoulders. So if you watch, if this right hand came at me from over here, and I know it's probably backwards because it's a front-facing camera, I can use my shoulder to protect my face. So you see how you can't really see me here because my shoulder's protecting my face. Okay? So I can use those shoulders by leaning and by turning. Right, so I got elbows blocking the body, arms blocking the body, my hands are protecting my face, my shoulders can protect my face. I don't want to go straight into the shots because I'm going into the power. So what I do is when that punch comes to my face, I tend to roll with it a little bit and absorb some of the shock, take some of the power away from my opponent. If you're in a street situation and you got your hands up here, you might just stick these hands right tight to your forehead and make even like a helmet type position where nothing can get through those arms. So even if you were in the dark, those punches would hit your arms, and your main goal is protecting your face, right? Don't block with your face, especially with bare knuckle. But in boxing, we got a little bit bigger gloves on, so maybe we have a little more space between our hands, okay? Using the shoulders, using the arms, using the elbows. So when punches come at me, I'm moving. I'm not just staying there and getting hit with them because here's my head and it's a wide open target. I'm making you work to hit me with those shots. So when the punch comes, I'm slipping, I'm rolling underneath. I'm going to be a really hard target to hit. I'm in and out with my feet. So another part of the puzzle is moving the feet. So let me see if I can show you here. So my feet, like when I'm approaching my target here, I'm moving forward, I'm stepping and I'm pivoting. But when I don't want to get hit on a counter shot, I move my feet. If I just stay here, I'm going to eat shots, eat punches. I'm going to try to duck, I'm going to try to roll, I'm going to try to slip, but eventually he's going to catch up to me with something. So if your feet stop moving, it's usually because your brain stopped, right? So you got to keep your feet moving. I can move in, I can move out, I can move to the side. And then at advanced levels, we work more angle steps, moving on 45s and moving around so that we're at a different angle when we make our counter moves. So if a guy's throwing a punch at me here, I move off to the angle, and now that right hand goes away because I'm coming from a different direction, which is going to cut off that right hand. So if that's coming here, and I move over here, now I would have to punch across, or your opponent would have to punch across in order to try to hit you. So we're making those angle moves, okay? First thing you really need to know is how to block a jab. The way you block a jab is by using your back hand like a catcher's mitt. and I'm going to incorporate my footwork with this catcher's mitt. So I'm not going to just stay here and just reach out for punches. If a pitcher throws a baseball to the catcher doesn't reach out to catch it. He knows it's coming to his mitt. So he just lets it come in. Same thing with your jab block. So when you catch it, you want to draw that jab into your hand. Draw it in there as much as possible. Once you can catch that jab, you can counter that jab. And you come straight up that person's arm. So when their jab hand is out, you come straight up that arm because that's where their face is, and there's no hand there to protect unless they cross blocked over here, okay? So when that jab is out, you block it, you counter up that arm, and hopefully score with your jab block counter. But you want to draw that jab into your hand. So I'm moving on my feet, I'm blocking, and I'm countering. I'm drawing that in. And when I draw that punch in, it gives me a huge advantage because I make that person reach, I make that person lean. All right, so that's your jab block, and that's important. If you only learn one thing, you want to learn that jab block. So with that being said, don't block with your face. There's so many different things you can learn. It's going to make you better with boxing. But most importantly, keep your hands up. You can't learn everything from a video, so come into the gym, try out a class. Again, Rob's Fight Club in Horsham. Try it out, see how you like it. You're going to love it. Sign up, stick with it, a couple classes a week. You're going to see a total change in your body. You're going to see a total change in your confidence levels. You're going to learn how to do it the right way. You're not just going to be hitting a bag, kicking bags the wrong way, hurting your knees, stuff like that in some aerobics class. All right, you can always reach out to me by email, fightgetfit@gmail.com. Go to our website, www.fightgetfit.com. If you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'll let you hopefully have some answers for you. We do a lot of fun stuff in here. Bring your kids in for karate classes. We got 3 to 5-year-old classes. We got 6 to 12-year-old classes. We have classes for adults. We do self-defense programs. We have boxing, kickboxing classes for both kids and for adults. All right, so there's no reason why everybody can't be in here doing this. You absolutely can do it, even if you think that you can't. We'll start you at whatever level you're at, and we'll build you up to here. All right, so personal training too, guys. We have a personal training room. Brian's one of our personal trainers, and he'll work on the strength and conditioning side. He'll do a free fitness assessment for you and just get you started on a good track with your fitness, or just take you from where you are to that next step. All right. So we're here to help you reach your goals. Hopefully you learned something with this little short video. I got to get to work here. So you guys have a great day. I'll try to read some of your comments after, but you guys rock. Thanks for jumping on the video.